Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I got blisters on my fingers. God damn it! Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time Archive here on the Morphin Network. I'm Mike, your host, and my fellow panelist is gone for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. He's gonna carry on where I can't. Yeah, you had to.
What? Don't mind. We're reviewing
Kamen Rider friends.
people. So everyone keeps saying, "Wait, you're watching the Friends version of Kamen Rider?" I'm like,
Yes.
I believe so, and I didn't understand what they meant by that, but now I'm starting to slowly notice.
You know what's funny? Yes, we're talking about Kamen Rider 5's episodes 5 through 8. And
We actually got the 5 in there.
Yes, we actually finally have a 5 in there. And almost the entire cluster of episodes just focuses on Kaido. So
it's Kaido and dreams. Lots and lots of dreams. Lots of dreams. Like, who knew?
Dreams will be crushed by a semi.
Like, I have tried to watch the Got Fives on several different outlets. I actually kind of caved in and went on that whole thing. Apparently, you can watch Fives on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It is available in a streaming service. Not too much, obviously, and it's pretty decent and pretty good in its translation and its how it's being presented. So watching it, I'm like, okay, now I can just relax and watch, and I'm like, I'm getting too many feels on this show, and we haven't even hit 10 yet. We haven't even hit a denomination of 5 yet. We've hit one, but we haven't hit the other one. But yes, a lot of heavy stuff happened in these seasons. But I just want to. How is everyone today? How y'all doing?
Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. For me, it was hot, sweltering day. You got like Ryan needed me to do stuff, and when Ryan asks, I answer in kind, or as they say in the Bear Island, I answered the call.
It was definitely a scorcher today for me. We were hitting 114 out here.
And it's only going to get worse because if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, July 1st to the 4th are usually the hottest days of
and we are getting close to that. And
we're approaching it.
Everyone, for the 4th of July, please be safe. Have your water. Have some super soakers ready, and if one of your friends happen to be a dick and throw a little firecracker into the box of fireworks, make sure you run like there is no tomorrow. Been there, done that, and apparently someone lost half an eyebrow. So
and for a certain group of people that are going to a certain place on from Thursday to Sunday of that weekend.
Oh boy. You mean the weebs? Yeah, Weebchella is happening.
Remember,
I've already trademarked that. That's my thing.
Hottest day of the year. So when your kid wearing a full furry suit says they're hot, don't punish them by saying, if you take off part of that costume. You're taking the whole costume off for the rest of the day. No, you let them take it off.
You let them take it off. You let them breathe. You let them get the air. You give them some water. Okay.
I know this was a story from years ago, but
oh yeah,
rent free, man. And let's not forget what happened last year. People were, and the funny,
you know what? Those people who were selling hot dogs and $5 Gatorades on the side of the road they made quite a bank. But that is because it is a necessity of survival, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking to someone. I have been through the highs and lows. I attended, well, not to get a flag on this, because they probably would, is this convention I started in 06 was my first time. Not that bad. It was in Anaheim, at the Anaheim Convention Center, where they hold WonderCon. And then they went in 07 to Long Beach, which that was pretty rad. We had a hotel. We would go to the ocean and surf at night, and then early morning, and then go to conventions. Pretty awesome. And then they went into Los Angeles,
which is not the best venue for this kind of event.
No. I mean, it's bigger. It's the biggest thing they got, unless you want to take over the new Rams Stadium, which I highly doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. In the beginning, it wasn't that bad. Was not that bad. I think I went another 3 times after that, and then after, like, I started noticing a change, a massive change. So I remember a friend of mine. I remember one time that we stayed in line all freaking day, all day, from the minute the sun got up, all day. And what really, that was the year that a fight actually broke out in line. Not kidding, I actually did, because we were like 3 people behind, like, getting in, and that, like, I don't know why they opened badge registration at like 3-4 in the afternoon. No clue. But as they opened, 30 people jumped in line for this convention, and I was like, what? And no joke, someone actually got into a fight. Like it was like 10 to 5 of people, who were just like, why did you cut? Why did you guys cut in line? And we've all been waiting here since like 6 in the morning in the 100 and some odd heat. So you can only imagine. Yes. Yeah. You look amazing, darling. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little guy.
I know. My nephew. Hi, Papa.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, my first time going to that specific con was at 2014, and because my phone was busted, I ended up not being able to play the role of what was that character? Sinbad in Maji.
Oh yes, yeah. That was
because they were holding open auditions that year.
I had done a few contests. The last year I went was for a voiceover thing, and I'm not kidding you. For those who know or don't know, I actually met a voice actress who's pretty big right now, but she's also big in covers and whatnot. Her name is Amanda Lee, or known as Amelie / Monarch the VTuber, if anyone knows who that is. I met her before that, and I met her again recently at Level Up in Vegas this year, and she actually remembered me, and I was like, wow, yeah, no, give a shout out. At least one of us made it. I had got to the semifinals.
Nice.
But apparently it apparently just could not. Something happened that I was like, I didn't think I sounded too bad, but who knows, Who knows?
Yeah. For me, like my iPhone was busted, and and like I needed my dad to give me a ride to a phone place to like help me because like we have like a family contract type of thing, so he needed to be like physically present back then.
Right.
So like, and he's like, oh no, I'm only doing it on the weekend. So, and only like if it's like on every other weekend. So you either have to do it this Saturday or you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks for me to help you replace your phone. And I'm like, I'm already getting in trouble at my job because my phone's audio system is on the
Mm.
fritz. So like, yeah, so like if I want to keep my job, I had to do it then and there. But the thing is, I had a callback audition. I needed to be at the LA Convention Center at a certain time. And then you
Mm.
think, oh, I'd come to like my dad's job at like noon. We'd get everything done by 1. I'd be at the convention center by 2, and then I'd have 2 hours to make the callback. No, because he had to watch a VHS recording of the World Cup. A VHS recording.
VHS. They were
It's like
still a thing back then. Still,
it's
DVDs.
it's not that it was a thing back then. It's that my dad refuses to keep it from not being a thing. Like he did not believe in the whole DVR thing, so it's like, yeah, no, I'm
He
gonna
would
like,
record it on the
yeah,
VHS. Yeah.
I'm gonna record like manually record the 2014 World Cup on VHS, and I'm gonna watch it instead
Mm.
of helping my son get his phone changed on time. But on the upside, I got a Samsung instead of an iPhone. So like, and then, like the first thing I did was like download Climax Heroes 3 on it and started playing it while I was waiting in line to get to the convention center. But the point is, I missed the audition because of the stupid World Cup. The World Cup ain't stupid. It's the way it was observed by a specific individual.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But
Yeah.
yeah, for anyone who's going out there, especially with how bad it has gotten, and it's gotten bad. Okay. I would love someone to give me the argument, and some people have, that anime in general is for nerds or a niche thing now, because I will literally say it has not been that way since
Mike
2012.
Daniels from the Green Bay Packers literally cosplayed as Raikage.
Yes, who else? There was
Megan Thee
some
Stallion
Megan Thee Stallion.
cosplayed as
Um,
Bucciarati.
I think a few people, a few football players. I know one from Green Bay is a
Mike
weeb.
Daniels.
Um, Mike Daniels.
Yeah.
So many in baseball and basketball. Hell, we have what's his name that is actually from Japan. What the from the Dodgers.
Mm.
I forget his name, but
I know Keanu Reeves was a
Keanu Reeves.
huge.
Nicolas Cage has been spotted many
Oh
a
yeah,
times
no,
in Anime Jungle.
no. What's even crazier is that Nicolas Cage is a Kamen Rider fan.
Yes, he is.
But Keanu, like
Uh,
he originally wanted to have a live action Cowboy Bebop movie where he would play Spike Spiegel.
and why were we not blessed with that? Why were we blessed with the
Like
Netflix, which I actually did watch recently, and
died.
I did die. I came back.
So you had the Crow 4 experience.
Yeah, that was like, oh my god. And I was like, I'm not giving shit to the actors. I'm not giving crap to any of them. Some of the
No.
changes were actually like, okay, it's the writing. It was
Yeah,
how it
no.
was written and
Like,
how it was presented. I was like,
yeah, no, the dude who
ooh.
played Jet, he carried the entire
Oh yeah,
series.
yeah.
Like he was
Yes, he
freaking
did.
Atlas.
Yes, and I mean, I give props to everyone else, even to Faye. Even though I will say it, I'm like, it is your fault why everyone doesn't like you or didn't like you as Faye. Like your comments
I
before
didn't like her
and after,
performance, but I
like
would have to
before and
say
after it, and not to mention, like, I love how she says she studied the character. She studied. What? When did Faye ever act this way? When was
only
I mean,
once.
I
Literally only
know,
one time. And it
I
was
know that she,
literally the episode where we go into her backstory.
yeah, I know that she would, be like she's super expressive and all, but I mean like being like a maniac or just like that. That seems more of like something like Spike or even Ed would do, not Faye, but
Like
I
literally
don't,
only the one episode.
yeah,
Oh,
but
just the one where she's reunited with that one dude that unfroze
yeah,
her.
but and I didn't even I thought what they did with that story was actually like, okay, that's actually interesting. That's actually
But
okay.
but the
But
crazy part is there was one link that was even weaker than that.
I was talking about
Vicious.
I
Vicious was literally Lucius Malfoy on crack.
Vicious Vicious was, you remember that line that he said to Spike in the original, in the first time they met after a long time, where he said that that you're a beast, but you're a beast that had like that seeks out the blood of other beasts because he ravages and cares not for others and blah blah blah, like how he just
Yeah.
compares Spike to some ravenous demon that just, and it's like, yes, but then Spike said, yeah, he bled all that blood out and it's gone. This Vicious literally never had that.
Yeah, this
This
Vicious is
Vicious, this
literally
Vicious
he's
was,
literally Lucius Malfoy, where he's like he's got the long white hair like a Targaryen. He's
it's,
like he's like oh,
I want someone to put the anime version of that scene, saying it to the live action actor, and just like edit it to say Vicious and be like, say exactly what you said to Spike. Because if it wasn't one, I mean, by this time it's whatever. The fact that Julia is pulling the strings and she's the one who's, I'm like, okay, even M. Night Shyamalan would have been like, no,
no.
don't do it. And I was like,
Like
I was actually waiting. I was actually waiting
my
for Ed.
quote unquote magnum opus might have been better than Dragon Ball Evolution, but it wasn't as bad as this.
Yeah, I was actually excited for Ed. I really was. I wanted to see, because I mean, let's be honest, Ed never fit in Bebop, but I wanted to see how it would go, and which sadly we can never know. Which all we ever got was the screaming part, but that sucks. Either way, all right, whip out your smartphones, people. We got to get into this.
Stand by.
That we are.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
where we left off.
Everyone's going to Tokyo. So
Or they are
basically,
there. They are there.
Yeah. Everyone just arrived to Tokyo. So, like, honestly, like episode 5 is very simple and straightforward. All 5 main characters that consist of Takumi, Mari, and Keitaro, and separately Kiba and Yuka. Like they all 5 of them ended up at the Smart Brain facility. And even though Keitaro and Yuka are romantic pen pals, they keep bumping into each other without even noticing. And like it's like, it's really interesting that Yuka, it's really interesting. If Kamen Rider 5 was written after 2014, she would not be a crane Orphanok. She would be a catfish Orphanok.
I mean, because she doesn't know what he looks like. Neither does he. So
I know. It's like American Tail. It's American Tail basically, where it's like you just stay for like a few seconds. It's like, but no, it'd be funny if she was a catfish instead of a crane, because then once they finally go on a date, and he finds out she's an orphan, she'd be like, "Oh my god, you're a catfish, a literal catfish."
They need to do that. They really need to do that with like in another Rider season. I don't know about putting it in, but they should do that. But they go, and
Mari's dad's not home. try again
Yeah,
another
they
time.
try, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the daughter of the president. You're telling me that he's not here? It's just like, no, man, we can't allow you to see him even if he was here. And I'm like, okay, okay. And then we kind of get that whole thing from Mari that it technically that like he's not her biological
Biological.
father. She's just like he adopted her because of her something that happened with her parents. And I'm like,
See,
so,
this is where like you could tell this says
I'm
Toshiki Nui
like,
is writing everywhere because when you go to
yeah,
Kabuto, when you go to
yeah.
Dom Brothers, it's like it's like
Mhm.
if you notice every Toshiki
That
Nui series involves a
that's his
character having
signature.
yeah, like having mommy issues while also being an orphan.
Yeah. It's definitely like issues, and I was just like, okay, so you can't just call him. You can't just like, no, I have to go physically see him. And I'm like, okay, Mari. Which let me just say, in these 4 episodes, I am actually cheering for Miss Haga. I am cheering for Mari and her endeavors.
Yeah,
More
yeah, no,
so than I would Mio.
yeah, I know. And then she's not saying, "Hey, Takumi, I need you to kill Kiba. I know you've
Yeah,
never met yet, but I need you to kill him right now."
yeah. No, she is a sweetheart doing her best. And so yeah, there's a part where both Keitaro, Takumi, and Mari are walking away, and then the two just kind of pass by. I'm like, did you all just literally just pass each other?
It's like,
Now, I was waiting for Keitaro to send that text and for the phone to go off as they were going, but by the time that he did, it was already too late. They were already on the other side of that like
building,
hill or
yeah,
structure that was in the
yeah.
building. So she did get it, but he was too far away to hear the ping. Not to mention, like, would you have even known that was your message that you sent? Because how many people are in
Yeah.
this building? There's a lot of people in this smart brain building.
And then it's 2003, so like a lot more people have phones by that point than they did back, say, in
Yeah,
'98.
so yeah. So I mean, flip phones were very, very everywhere at this time. So everyone had one, despite what's up. I mean, you either had the Nokia brick or you had a flip
The
phone.
Motorola Flip.
Yeah, so pretty much, hearing like the hello moto or the do 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 do,
I
like that
remember
type of, yeah. Those
that
type of
dude over there is
tones.
playing Snake. That dude over there is
Yeah,
playing Snake. He doesn't want you to
yeah,
notice, but he's
yeah.
playing Snake.
Yeah, he was. He was. So yeah, so we go into this whole thing, and we meet up with a smart brain lady. Still don't know her name.
She's just called Smart Lady.
She's just called Smart Brain Lady, and she
She's a smart lady,
explains to
yeah.
them, just explains to them that they're orphanox and blah blah blah, and that, hey, I have someone you should meet. Which this guy looks familiar to me. Why does he look familiar to me? Is that
Subaraya.
who that is?
No, he's from Ultraman in general, but
Okay.
Subaraya.
Yeah. Because I was like, wait, was he an Ultraman? Was he in an Ultra series? I'm like,
Very like he's been in a number of Ultraman series.
mm.
And for me, it's more of like an instinctual thing than it is like, oh yeah, I've totally watched like every season of Ultraman up to 2003, so I definitely know
There's a
he's
lot.
definitely from Ultraman Ace. No, I'm just kidding. He wouldn't have been
Mm.
in Ace.
Yeah.
No, it's like no. I mean, it'd be weird if that dude was Shinjo from Tiga because he does have a similar
I was like,
jawline.
he looked similar to somewhere that I've seen him, but he kind of explains to these two about, like, about the Orphanox, about who, like, what an Orphanox is and what they are. And apparently, just like you mentioned in the last video, there are two types, which one is born by someone dying,
Mhm.
and then there's one that's born because, think of like vampiric law, like they get attacked and infected by an orphanoc, and the
Yeah,
ones
so
that
there are
don't,
naturals and then there are sires.
yeah, so it's like, a natural one, if attacks someone, that's why the ones that don't take, they wind up dying, especially like as an Orphanoch does. Because like I was like, wait, so shouldn't they just die? Why did they bust into flame? Like that was very confusing until I was like, oh, so they were infected, but that's just happened to be the side effect. Like you're gonna die because that's what happened. Your body rejected. Your body didn't take. So yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You know how I just randomly pulled a Shinjo out as my guess as to where he was from Ultraman?
You looked it up, didn't you?
I looked it up just now. Turns out he was Shinjo. I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe I just out of pocket correct. It's I just guessed Shinjo because he has the jawline, right? And then I looked up who played Shinjo, and it's like Shigeki Kagemaru. So I'm like, okay, now who played the Squid Orphanoch? It's the same dude. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I just guessed. Oh my god!
This Squid was an Ultraman at one point.
Ultraman character.
An Ultraman character at one point.
Yeah, he's the one whose sister was a nurse, and then she started dating Yasumi. So basically, he would be Lucas from Time Force if Nadira ended up dating Trip.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. You got a shot in the dark and you nailed it. But yeah, so the most messed up job orientation ever.
Oh yeah, it's like imagine getting an email. It's like, hey, you got a new job. You just got to go to this building at 12 o'clock. It's like once you go in there.
Yes, I'm here for my first day at the job. I just wanted oh yeah, great. I actually needed you right now. It's like, oh, what would you like me to do? And just die. It reminded me I don't think it ever happened, but it's just it seems very like Christian Bale in American Psycho type of.
Oh yeah. Like when he's talking about it's hip to be square.
Yeah. He's just just kills the guy right there, and it's like, and of course Yuka and Kiba are just like, what? I'm like, yeah, this is what we do. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what, and he's just kind of giving it an orientation. To them, it's like, this is what I'm like. So yeah, here's your pamphlets. We give a very nice 401k. For the typical 40 hours a week. You also get sick pay and vacation time,
and retirement.
There is a cafeteria downstairs. Food is complimentary, so please help yourself. Oh yeah, we also kill people. You mean that's all we do? Yeah, you just kill people.
You just kill humans.
What?
That's what you gotta do.
Why?
Because we need to replace them as the dominant species. It's like the Agitos had their chance. Now it's time for the Orphanochs.
Yeah, it's like we got to weed out the weak and get our numbers higher up there and blah blah blah. And work starts at 10. You punch out by 6 or 7, and you're good to go. We're like, what did I just watch? I'm like, this is the most corporate thing of explaining that, oh yeah, we're the evolution of humanity, but he's explaining it as if it's an orientation video for Smart Brain. And I was like, oh wow, okay. I gotta get me a job there.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing though, you're human, so
Who says I wouldn't take?
Hey, I mean, you're still gambling your life on.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm like, would I even to be an Orphanoch? I'm like, I could be any other villain in a Kamen Rider series than an Orphanoch. I'm like,
yeah, and also
my whole thing is killing people and getting that belt. It seriously sounds like a Looney Tunes plot. We gotta get that Wascoey Wider because he's Wascoey Wider.
and his motorbike too.
Oh, that bike! We're gonna get to that bike. We're gonna really get to that bike.
Yes, but yeah. Okay. So Takumi goes back to his favorite cafe. He remembers he needs to pay the dude some money. He goes so Mario.
We got another master. It's another master.
So Mari and Keitaro decide to move in together because, hey, you know, I could practice my beauticianry while you work on your laundry, all in the same place. And
Yeah.
Takumi needs a place to crash. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to work, you deadbeat.
Mm-hmm.
But while they're gone, it just so happens that
Takumi gets a
Shinjo,
ticket.
yeah, Shinjo, like, yeah, he gets a ticket, and
He gets
before
pulled over for speeding.
and
Oh
and,
my
and
god.
meanwhile, like freaking not Shinjo, like wargs into an orphanage and just murks the owner of the restaurant. Poor guy.
Why? He just
It's
walked in there and it's just like
because because it's 2 o'clock.
yeah. What? Oh yeah, it's got 10. Oh wait, my lunch hour is over. I must resume work. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And just
So
he X's every week. I love. I mean, the design of this orphanage. It's a squid.
yeah.
Let us put it. It's a squid.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I have seen this anime before.
Yes.
Why on early? Why a squid? But of course, no people were slathered in this episode. They're more inked by his giant paintbrush weapon that he has, and they,
Yeah.
God Almighty, and I felt so bad because so we had this whole thing with Takumi and Mari that they're running away because they don't have the belt. This is like one of those things. It's like, wait, why don't you? I'm so used to the riders actually wearing the belt like 24/7 for some reason,
But here
or
it's like they always keep it in a briefcase like all the time.
yeah, or it's like apparently the belt just either appears or like like it teleports to them like for some way,
Yeah, see, for
or
like the first 3 writers in let's see, like for the first 3 writers in the Heisei era, it actually makes sense because it's like because like for Kuga, the belt melted into his body, so he could summon it at any
yes,
time. Agito, like his body evolved into being able to produce the belt when he's in danger. Ryuki, like he needs to go to any mirror. Okay, he
or
needs to have
a
his
reflective
deck.
surface, right?
Yeah, he needs to have his deck on him at all times. So okay,
Well,
like so if
okay,
he loses his deck, okay, that's okay. Like, but
yeah.
as long as he has his deck, he can summon his spell to anywhere as long as there's a reflective surface. Mordok.
Fi's kind of like he has to call Keitaro, who he's spring cleaning, and yelling at him like, "Bring me the belt!" I'm like, okay. I love how this briefcase is very like spy-esque 007. Is there not like a function that the belt can just rocket itself to you or something? Like it's like someone has to literally.
Ironically, the bike does, but the belt
The
doesn't.
belt doesn't. Like
Like
what?
you'd think as long as you hold on to the phone part, like you could just
Yeah,
put it like
you think, but I mean, it's like no, you have to you have to Uber eat it. You literally have to call someone to bring
even
it
the
to
phone stays inside the briefcase, so you can't even call from the phone itself.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we find out that the Inoue feels bad for like because like I think he worked for the coffee shop owner
Yeah.
and like he racked up some debt or he just
Debt.
left and he felt bad. And so that's why like the coffee shop owner was like, I'm closing up shop but I want to treat you to my last cup of coffee. So it's like, you got to come back. Like, yeah. He tells Mari that he's not afraid of he's afraid of getting close to people because he feels he will betray them, not them betraying him.
Hmm.
And so it's like
As
Mari and
if he
him are
was a
having.
wolf in sheep's clothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he feels bad and he opens up to Mari and they're like having this moment and then they knock over the fake tree and the squid has just happened to be behind there. But then Kentaro shows up, throws him the belt, and they have their fight, which apparently there was a greenhouse in this park. They slam through a greenhouse and they just start fighting
Mm-hmm.
him and this squid. Just
Well, at the end of the day, Takumi dispatches the Squid Orphanok like he
yeah,
would
very
any other.
quickly.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
quickly.
but somehow he has enough. The Squid Orphanok has enough time to get into a car.
That was the most randomest moment of this episode. He does the rider kick, beats him, and it's like, it's that whole like, again, this is a very Looney Toony type of episode because you just cue Marvin the Martian. Where is the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering
kaboom,
and it's like, wait, where'd he go? There's no kaboom. There's no blue fire. There's no dust. Where'd he go? And we cue to Yuka and Kiba just kind of like talking it out. Like they were walking together. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, they were there. Actually, they were there at the shop and they kind of went away after the attack happened. And they're like, no. Like, what are we supposed to do? I don't want to be this. I don't want to do this and blah, blah. And then this car, this white, I think it's a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Or something.
So this car just stops right in front of him. Mm-hmm. The dude, not Shinjo, shows up and he's like, by the way, this is what happens when an Orphanok dies.
What? Again? What? Excuse me. You just...
How did you get the time?
You just... Did you go back to Smart Brain, get in the car, drive where they were at? Just like, did you kind of like holding, going to the bathroom, driving to get out just to tell them your final lesson? This is my death, and just busts into flames in front of these two. Poor Yuka, the look on her face. Poor darling is traumatized as hell now. Like that could be and might be you.
It could be
somewhere. It could be in this series, and just a flame, and everyone's like, "What? But we end the episode with some random vagrant coming behind them.
Yeah, who survived the coffee
shop?
Who
survived the attack? So we have a sired being born in front of us, and then cue the next episode.
Yeah, so like if you naturally die and then come back to life like Kiba and Yuki did, then you are called a natural Orphanok. While if you're a person that was killed by another Orphanok and then came back as an Orphanok, you are a sired Orphanok. And sired ones are usually weaker than naturals.
Yeah.
But we'll
example is coming up. An example is coming up. So
yeah. So we cue to the next episode where they not too much happens in this episode. Honestly, there's more going on with what's his name? This vagrant than actually this whole next 3 episodes just focuses on this one character. So this vagrant who became a sired his name is Kaido. He's a snake Orphanok. And
I was kind of debating. I'm like, is that the fangs kind of were like, but then I was like, wait, I mean, he's got a tail and it's got a point to it, so it could be a scorpion, maybe. But no, it is a snake. And I'm like, Kaido. His name is Kaido.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're thinking.
I know and I'm like, no, just no. But yeah, we focus on this guy.
But see what's funny is that for me, like because like I watched Fives before One Piece, I'm like when someone said, "Oh yeah, one of the 4 emperors, his name is Kaido," I'm like, "Huh? You mean like the snake Orphanok from Fives?"
I'm like, it's crazy how these certain names just they exist in everyday life in Japan, and when you hear them, you're like, you automatically like, this is where the weeb mentality comes in, ladies and gentlemen. You kind of like, oh yeah, no, hi, like, oh yeah, hajime mashite, I am so and so, and then they present themselves and they say, oh yeah, my name is Haruto, my name is Takami, my name is Kaido, and automatically the weeb mindset just is like, Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
but yeah, of course, come aboard and bring along
Yeah,
all your
nope.
hopes and dreams.
Nope. Nope. You are not. You are a snake. You are not a fish. You are not a fish. You're not a
Yeah,
fish that became a dragon.
but see, Kaido has dreams, and he needs
Yeah.
to pursue them.
Yeah, this guy is very interesting
Yeah.
in what he, because there's two types of people in this world. There are some people that look at the situation that they're in and they try to make the best of it, or they wake up and then look at the situation, as horrible as it may be, and then just amp it up and then take it to a level of chaos.
Mhm.
And this guy, this Kaido kid, pretty much just, Yuka is telling him like, hey, like that, but he leaves. But later he finds out about what happened to him, and he's like, instead of like being like them, kind of weary and kind of like, I don't understand, I don't get it, what's going on. He just runs with it and just like, I'm gonna fuck shit up, man. I'm about to tear ass. Pardon
Yeah,
for a
and what's
younger
funny is that,
Rider
like, at
fans.
first, like he runs off on her because like he's late for a job interview,
Yeah. He
and
gets
and he
that
starts
whole,
noticing things. He's like, "Hey, your heart's beating a little fast, and you
yeah.
smell like cigarettes. Maybe you should lay off the
Mm-hmm.
smokes. Also, I smell blood on you. Are you okay?"
Yeah, he gets that whole thing. I'm like, and that's where I was kind of like, wait a minute. I don't know if snakes or scorpions having very keen sense of, well, I know snakes kind of do. I've seen like a sense of smell and taste.
They
I
also have
kind
a
of
keen
was like
sense of sight. They can see like snakes' vision is
infrared, do they
infrared.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they
Thank you,
don't. Yeah,
Tarzan.
yeah, but it's kind of like he started howling like a dog, which I'm like, that's not a dog. And if it is a dog, I'm like, that is the strangest looking dog. That is a
Well,
saber-toothed
it's like
dog.
he had a werewolf moment.
Yeah, he
Hey,
had a
maybe
werewolf
he's a
moment.
Samilodon.
Hey, you, oh my God, why did Jiro boy, is this guy related to you? Like
No.
five years before your show came up, before Kiva, or even before, um,
Hibiki.
Hibiki. It's like, no, I don't think so. Just as he sips his coffee. Nope, not one of mine. Okay. But yeah, he just loves fucking shit up. That's his whole thing. That's what I'm like, I don't care. I am not human. I am a monster. I'm like, good for you. It's
Mhm.
good for you.
Like he's definitely taking it a lot better than Yuka or Kiba were.
More than Kiba. Kiba is I know that he is a villain. I know that he is there, but he really, like, not yet. Not yet. There's still something in him. There's still some human in him. That's why I find these Orphanochs very interesting in terms of villains. As I said in
Yeah.
the previous review, is the human side of them still exists.
Mhm.
And so it's like not every Orphanoch is the same, Like, look at Kiba, look at Kaido. They're two different, but so who is the Orphanoch really the dominant, or is it the human? Because if it was, then why isn't Kiba being more aggressive than everyone else?
I find that concept to be very interesting, and I think Yuka's rejecting her Orphanoch nature more. I mean, don't get me
She
wrong. She definitely has a bigger kill count than Kiba does, but it's like she doesn't
uh,
want to. She killed 13 people.
yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, is it 13 or 15
13,
on a
like she was supposed
basketball?
to be like, because like it was supposed to be 77, and she was supposed to be like the
Yeah.
14th player. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, so she acts like, so Kiba, other than just killing two people that wronged him, I mean, I know there's the argument that, well, Yuka has not gone back home and gotten her revenge, which I want that to happen. I
Mhm.
really do.
You know,
But it's
like I was part of me was contemplating, was her sister like one of the 13 victims in the basketball field? Because
I don't think so.
because if she was, we could have added a plot about like the parents wanting revenge against her, because even though she definitely was her sister's killer, and it's like they would be quick to blame her for her death, even if they did not know that she definitely did it.
But I mean, that kind of was like, well, is she on the team? Because I was like, if there was, then how come we haven't gotten that plot line yet? But you know, yeah. So I mean, yeah. But again, circumstances be as it may. You know, one was payback, and the other one was just like the breaking point. They all just happened to be there when it happened. It could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
And now this guy's just going around and just like, you know, he's gonna, as he said, he's gonna fuck shit up. He's gonna fuck everyone that's ever wronged him, which we kind of, we get a story to that, which is very interesting.
So Kaido is just like he's like prancing around town, and then he gets assaulted by that one dude that who was giving him a job interview. Turns out, yeah, that the guy that was who was interviewing him was a serial killer.
He killed his wife for the insurance money, and I'm like, I'm hoping it was a big payout, because I'm like, why? We had another guest appearance from those two. Now we can observe that they're police officers, that they were checking in on them. They're like, oh yeah, that guy, you know, like, are you gonna arrest him? You guys know who he is, right? But I guess not. I mean, they'll find him later, I guess, or maybe not.
Yeah.
They'll find his ashes. But so, okay, here's the thing. So when this guy attacked Kaido, he, of course, did he fake it, or did he actually die and get reborn as, like, is this the actual death that allowed him to like finally unleash his powers? You know, or did he have that? I mean, he kind of was going back and forth between the silhouettes of being an Orphanok. Because he gets those milky eyes.
I think sometimes being an orphan can like be triggered by like some kind of adrenal response, like if you're in like danger or something. Because keep in mind that was like part of like Yuki's breaking point, where like she was being threatened by like all those basketball players.
Yeah, but it's like this one kind of was like, yeah, he was attacked and he transformed and he finally was getting his shit back. But then Keitaro and Takumi are driving,
and they just happen to notice him in the wrong place in the wrong time. So Takumi tries to do his thing. Yeah, like so Takumi does his thing, he transforms, tries to fight Kaido, but then Kiba shows up and it's like, hey, my man is being attacked by some weird guy dressed up as one of those traffic baton things.
And so, he transforms.
And then he rushes him, and that's the end of the episode.
It's literally a WWE moment. Like, you know, you got two in the ring, and then here comes the mysterious person from the back with the chair.
Yeah.
And they start tag teaming him, and they kick his ass, and man, do they kick his ass. They really did kick his ass, because apparently it demorphed him.
Yeah.
Even knocking the phone off of his belt, and it's just like, and whoa. So our boy Kiba busts out his fire sword. I can say sword, ladies and gentlemen. I know I say sword sometimes. It's a joke.
I think it's just the way you like. I think it's just like the cadence that you use.
Some people have asked.
It's like you, because like I do notice you do sometimes stretch out your W's.
Yeah, it's like, is like you can say sword, right? I can say sword. I can, but I kind of was like I think I heard Danny DeVito say sword a few, but he says it with like, because of his Jersey accent, he goes with the
sword.
With the U. So it's like, you know, get your sword, kid. I was like, did he say with a W or a U? So I was like, yeah, that's why I say when it's like, you know, like, oh yeah, his gun, like his gun is a sword. His cell phone is a sword.
I have a question. When you first watched Kabuto, how did you pronounce the name of the Scorpion Rider from that season?
What Scizor? That was his name, or what? Remind me of his name. It's been a while.
I'll write it down for you. And because I don't want to fanatically give away the actual pronunciation.
All right, one moment. Let me check the. Sword. Sword. So yeah.
Yeah, so I was like sassword, sassword,
Sword. Yeah. Which
sassword.
Sassword. Yeah.
Is it like he's a worm because like when he has that one form, he has a thing sticking out of his head. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like oh no. See, it's like you have to like actually watch season 2. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like Drake, Drake,
Mm-hmm.
or Gatak, Gata, attack, Gatak,
But you're using like
Sasori, sword, Sword.
sass sword.
Yeah.
I'm gonna if we get to Kabuto, I'm just gonna become Sassword. Sassword.
Sassword.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But
Like,
yes.
I did phonetically like stress the first syllable too. So it wasn't like the sword. No, I was like sassword.
Yeah. So yeah, but yes, I can say sword. And little fun fact for all because we've been talking about Sassword. You know that Go On Red actually auditioned for that character, but did
Really?
not get it. Yeah, he actually told me. He literally
Yeah.
told me.
You know what's good?
He told me because I was cosplaying Ankh at Japan World Heroes,
Yeah.
and he was like because there was also a Sword cosplayer there, and he actually told me that along with everyone there that he auditioned originally for Kabuto, but he did not get it because the director said that you have the face of a hero. Yeah, I'm like, so wait, you could have been the Scorpion in Kabuto, but you didn't because you have the face of a hero.
Meanwhile, Kick Hopper became
Yeah,
Go on Gold.
yeah. So we had two go-onders go out, but one made it. But I mean, come on, well, seriously, Go On Gold. Seriously, kind of look like a villain sometimes. But
He does have a
yeah,
villain face.
yeah. But I was in love with his sister. So anyway,
Yeah.
so yes, back to our horse boy. He whips out his fire sword, and he actually blocks the attack.
Yeah,
He blocks the rider kick.
he does get grazed by it though because like his chest is still on fire. Yeah, his chest was on fire.
Because I felt like that was just like, I mean, it looks like he overexerted him. It's like his own physical, his own limit was pushed at that point. I didn't think it was the rider kick that did anything to him. I could be wrong though. I mean, because he pushed him back, knocked him out, and they're like, okay, and then he kind of falls over and concussed and whatnot, and then Kaido picks him up. It's like, okay, let's get out of here. But then he becomes a dick and just tosses him like, yeah, I'm not gonna take care of you anymore. What was I thinking? You know, like, hey, thanks for being there, but yeah, I don't know you shit. Like, I don't know why you got involved.
Yeah.
But Kiba being the good horse boy that he is. But then we go and, cue the intro.
Yeah.
That song, man. That song. But yes, cue the next episode. And
so here is a two-parter that actually, interesting enough, focuses on both Mari and Kaido at the same time. Like Mari's backstory is actually very quick and simple. Like I'm just gonna get that out of the way. She auditions to be a beautician at Club 401 or something like that. And they're like, "Oh, you want to be a beautician? Well, it's cool to have dreams, but you ain't no Luann Hill. So how fast can you do can you make this hair so 30 minutes? Can you bring it down to 20?
Don't shit on my dreams, Uncle Hank.
It's like, I'm telling you, Buckley really is an angel. And he's gonna make me a beautician, and he's gonna protect me from all these orphans.
Yeah, but apparently Buckley's angel tells Mari that no, well, you already got someone protecting you from them, so you don't really need me.
Yeah, so like Mari tries out, she fails, gets angry at She gets angry at Takumi and Keitaro, but more so at Takumi.
Takumi is a real pill in these episodes because, I mean, I don't shit on people's dreams or what they hope to aspire to. I mean, even if it sounds ridiculous, you know. But at the same time, when you do achieve it, I am one of those very few people that if I am aware of what you are doing and you achieve your goal, then I am like legitimately proud of you. Like that should never be questioned. I am legitimately proud because you worked at it, you achieved, and you got it. Even when everyone else said you couldn't, or it's like, oh, so much time is gonna blah blah blah, but you still did it and you proved them all wrong. So held your head up high. Mari has got that drive, even though it's like the beautician lady is like, I don't know if you can. I don't know. I'm like, don't fucking sass Mari.
See, if Mio try to become
I'm
a
defending
beautician,
Mio. Oh my god.
like if Mio auditioned,
it's that
she would quit after like her first failure.
It's that meme where it's like it's that Kevin Hart meme where it's like he's like being held by a lady and they're like just me looking at just holding Mio and just like looking at the beautician lady like, don't you sass my Mari. That's Mio, Steven. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm in denial. I'm in denial.
That's what I'm saying. Mia would have given up after that first failure. Mari kept fighting for it.
Oh yeah, no, she was pushing herself to like. I'm like, go girl, you get it. I mean, she had her little cry moment with Takumi just about her dreams and what she wanted to do. I'm like, no, darling, don't give up. No, don't give up. Don't. Takumi, you are just a fucking stick in the sand. I'm like, you talk about that you don't get close to people because you're afraid that you're gonna mess it up, and it's just like, you know what? Maybe that's your dream. Maybe, I don't know. You want to be close to people. You want to be friends with people, but you just can't because we know. But why shit on everyone else's dream? Even Keitaro's dream of opening a laundry mat and helping out the people. I'm like, all right. I mean, go the extra service. I'll get your clientele to come back. Anything. I mean, really, that's pretty good service. Really is. So what is your deal? But it's like, yeah, no, our Mari girl, winds up just shaving her minute because apparently she has to learn how to do curlers and rolls in less than 20 minutes. Which if you've ever done curling or rolling hair, it is actually very, very, very time consuming. Yeah. And she started off with 36 and then she shaved it down to 30 and then her final try was 21
and 30.
21 and 30, and it's like, oh no, she failed. But the beautician lady took a look and she's like, you pass. So like, yeah, 20 minutes. I'm like, still, but look at where she started from where she wound up. So
it's like the movie Summer School, where it's like, yeah, not all of these kids passed their tests, but when you consider like how like the margin of improvement they've made, like
yeah.
Like it's like this girl, like she's been dyslexic and never got any special accommodations for it. So she never took a test in her life. So technically she starts with a 0, but now 30. Like sure, it's a failing grade, but that's a 30. That's a 30% improvement.
She did it. She improved. You went from 0 to nothing. You went, Mari, from 36 minutes and shaved it down a whole 15. Like, let's say 15 minutes and half a second. That's and all in the span of like a few days.
Yeah, that's
impressive. That's impressive.
See, that 15 minutes would be like 70% of the work on a second customer.
Yeah. So she did it. And so as far as we know, she's on her way. She is on her way up is to be a beautician.
All right. So now we can focus the rest of the podcast on Kaido, the hero of this episode. these
Very
2 episodes.
very interesting because you're supposed to be like he's an asshole, which he kind of is, but
He's a
then it's like,
delinquent, yeah.
but
Turns
it's
out
like
he's a genius delinquent.
aren't they always? I mean, look at oh my god, why
Kazuma
did I
Kuwabara.
the Great Kuwabara? Yeah, no, but I'm talking about another genius in the Kamen Rider world who was originally a delinquent but then became a genius.
Let's
We
see.
reviewed
Not
him.
Sento.
It's
Uh,
Sento.
was he
I'm
really
talking
a
about
delinquent?
Sento. He was originally before he got his face swapped. Remember? He was like that. Oh yeah, party all the time. And then he got swapped, and now it's like, well, you're technically that's Katsuragi, not Sento. Sento actually died, but Sento's face is on
Toru.
Katsuragi. So technically, this is Sento. So he was a delinquent, but became the doctor because
His
he's wearing
face.
two different shoes, and he changed his face. Although he doesn't
Yeah.
like the color of his kidneys.
It's kind of like JoJo Part 8.
Mm-hmm. Or it's even like what's his face from Forza, because he did become a teacher later.
Yeah, actually,
So
yeah, that's the great one. No, see, like Forza is the reason why in my Yu Yu Hakusho fanfiction, Kazuma Kuwabara becomes a college biology professor. Because like for his very first focus episode, he needed to get 50% on a biology test, and he was struggling.
And he did it.
53%.
He did it regardless. He still did it.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit what the fuck he still
and
did.
In the epilogue in high school, he's top of his class.
Yeah, so there you go. So yes, this guy apparently is a genius at the guitar.
Or at least he was before his hand got crushed by a truck.
Which is like, wait, so you see this poor bastard like get into an accident, fall off his bike, laying on the road with his hand,
and you don't
and
stop.
You just keep running. You just keep going and run him over. Just
you know, it wouldn't be surprised me if that was the same trucker that killed Kiba's parents.
Yeah. Man,
that would make so much. That would make so much sense.
That would make so much sense.
Even the accident happened 2 years ago, which is the same span of time.
Yeah, so it's like they all were just getting screwed over. Like everyone was getting screwed over at that time, and just how they became Morphinoxes is just apparently, well, it took some time, but
it's like JoJo Part 6.
Yeah, but yeah, so he winds up this supposed genius of the guitar decides to go back to his school, his old school where he got. I say he dropped out, but then other people say he was kicked out. And I'm like, I believe him more than you guys because he just comes in and starts making a scene.
Even the teacher's not very consistent honestly, I was suspicious.
Are you defending him or are you also chastising him? Is my question.
It's like he's doing both.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I know that you're like defending him, but at the same time, you're kind of like, why the fuck are you here? Like, what did he do? What did he do? He just got into an accident. He goes, what? You're mad because someone ran over his hand? What fault was that of his? Yeah. The asshole who was driving was the one that was at fault, not him.
So like kind of like at first he wants to start, doing some American things that we will not discuss. But then he like, I'm not gonna say what those things are, but before
remember. I'm trying to remember what.
But he changes his mind last minute when he hears another student play the guitar.
Oh yeah,
whose grandma happens to be one of Keitaro's customers. So small world.
Yeah, what the heck? That's like plot. Plot is what the heck.
Yeah. It's like what are the odds that Jeremy's stalker happens to be Elaine's boyfriend?
But here's the thing, though, is that So all this happens, right? And then Kaido confronts or appears in front of one of the guys that beat him up. And out of nowhere, like Kaido's just kind of monologuing to him about like, oh, duh, whatever. And then he just kind of stops and he's convulsing and then he falls over and he turns to ash. He literally burns up. And it's just like, but Yuka shows up, sees that and thinks, oh, Kaido, what did you do? And he's like, no. Which I'm like, yeah, what did you do? I didn't see you transform. I didn't see you like do anything.
Yeah,
And
I didn't do anything either.
Apparently, there's an orphanok at this school.
Yeah,
who was doing this. But so here's the red herring. Before this happened, these guys were beating him up, and we see this kid show up on a motorcycle.
Yeah, the one that was playing the guitar.
Yeah, and we wind up like thinking that this kid has something to do with this situation, or that maybe like because he winds up saying like he plays a guitar, he kind of allures Kaido with how he plays his guitar because it's almost as similar to how he would play. And we assume that because you're Kaido. Oh, I came to the school because I'm a huge fan. So I was thinking, is this guy the orphanok? Because he saw his idol get his ass kicked, and now the guys that did it are dropping like flies. It's the red herring, all over again.
Yeah, and there's also a creepy guy seemingly stalking
what was
Mari.
up with that? What was up with that? He was just like...
So, like, you're also thinking, like, this dude might be the orphanok that's killing everyone. Turns out there are two orphanoks, and one of them...
There are two orphanoks in this episode.
A scarab and an owl. And like, the owl one, like, Takumi does fight the owl, but...
Did no one notice two cosplayers fighting in this college? Did no one notice the two weebs going at it in cosplay outside these classrooms? Like, legitimately, I asked that question. Because I'm like, they're throwing down. This owl looks pretty sick. Love his little wing talons that he's got, and the kind of gas mask motif that he has, kind of like a plague doctor type of look.
Yeah.
But before he gets the knuckle, because he uses gas to escape. Get people.
And good for Keitaro for like trying to like follow after him when he makes his escape, so that like even if Takumi loses him, like Keitaro could at least do some reconnaissance. But unfortunately, like it returned to human form before like Keitaro could pinpoint who it is. So it's like, sorry, Takumi, I feel you. Hey man, it's okay, man. Like, at least you took initiative. Like most comic relief side characters wouldn't do that.
Yeah, Takumi was praising Keitaro here, even though right after
Jake wouldn't do that for Gentaro. Like Akira wouldn't do that for Eiji.
No.
Santa wouldn't do it for Shotaro.
No, but this is, which I'm like, Takumi, you must have gotten on a good day, but still. So we do the whole guitar thing, and we're thinking like, wait, because when I saw the owl, because this was happening simultaneously as the kid is playing to Kaido, I'm like, so you're not the orphanok.
Yeah.
You're not him. Okay.
And of course, Kaido reveals to Yuka and Kiva that like about his backstory, about his hand and everything.
Yes.
But next day, they try to help the guitar dude like pass an audition, but weirdly, and of course the teacher walks in on them doing the recording. It's like, wow, you're doing great, but be careful because if you do good enough, you might end up like Kaido. And I'm like, what do you mean by that?
So you might as well just put a big old stamp on your head and say,
I'm the killer.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you had never said anything, I don't think we would have even. You were never on my radar, sir, but now you are.
He was when they were at that restaurant, but
apparently there's, they go through that whole audition, they do the whole thing, and we find out that the teacher was actually sabotaging the kid's bike.
And Yuka walks in on him, and she realizes, wait, you sabotaged Kaido's bike too. And of course, like part of
Yeah.
me is also thinking, like, while this does make sense, I do have to ask, but like, what if he had that bike accident but didn't injure his hand? Like, did you
I'm
sabotage his bike for nothing?
I mean, that's the thing. I was like, okay, so it would have made sense in the story that if Kaido was riding his bike and he happened, like, of course, brakes are tampered with, he couldn't stop. Like, if he landed on his arm or something, like, or, like severed something in the crash, that would have made more sense. It's like, oh, yeah, he fell off his bike. And again, as someone who's ridden bikes and wiped out a few times, that sucks. But it's kind of like any type of bike. I mean, hoping you're not going high speed because you can get up, you're just going to be sore as hell because you just fell off. But the fact that someone just comes right behind you, didn't stop, and just kept on going while your arm is out in the middle of goddamn like the road and just precisely hits your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out, yeah, it's the teacher. It's the teacher. He followed him. And just like, because he doesn't want anyone better than him. That's his whole reason. Your students aren't students.
What really hurts me is knowing that there are real life people like that.
I know a couple. And they've gotten their karma. They've gotten, screw you guys. You thought, but no. Yeah, it kind of this episode kind of really pissed me off because it's like, the teacher kind of seemed like a nice person, but then again, they're just assholes. He's just like, no, he's just jealous because again, this kid was playing better than him.
This dude was literally Akashi and Iwamoto from Yu Yu Hakusho, where like they would go out of their way to ruin their students' lives.
Yeah, just so they could feel like they're on top. Like, bro, not to shit on anyone's profession, okay? Not to go. But this is what I say to people about, like, when you talk about teachers or people that have helped you in life, acknowledge the good ones. Acknowledge the ones that really set a good example for you and want to see you succeed. Just because someone was your teacher and you make it, and now they're like, oh, well, that was one of mine. So what the fuck did you do besides belittle them? What did you do besides berate them? Saying like, oh, you're never gonna be anything. Many examples do I know of people, even myself, that teachers and whatnot failed us, and yet here we are, better living lives, way more successful than them. So
my grandmother said this: the wishes of the children are the future reality. Adults that laugh at such dreams are no longer human.
Yeah, very much so. But yes, and here was the thing: I was expecting a actual showdown between Kaido and the Owl Orphanok as his teacher, but no, we didn't get that. And
What's really cool, we got something a little bit cooler because like Kiba like gets the message from Yuka that like, yeah, it was the teacher that caused these problems. So while Takumi is fighting the Scarab
who
just shows up from out of nowhere. Like,
who was still stalking Mari for some reason, even though
because he needs to retrieve the belt. That's his job.
They told him not to. Smart lady said, no, don't, like, you are not allowed to do anything unauthorized, and we forbid you from. So why were you doing it?
Yeah.
Why?
While Kiba transforms into the horse Orphanok,
the horse and the owl go at it. They literally go at it.
And meanwhile, Yuka like asks Kaido to play that one song on the guitar, and like she knows his hand is injured, but she still wants to hear like him do his best.
But he played it beautifully, and to the sound of Spanish guitar, we are seeing two fights between two Orphanoks, a Kamen Rider, and apparently this stalker Scarab, who apparently just showed up.
Yeah, and this is one of those good moments for Toshiki Niue, where like when he uses music to like parallel a story, like he uses it really well. Man.
The feels are abundant in this.
To the Spanish composition, like these two fights are going out, and like we even have this really cool like masking effect where you could see where you could see Kaido playing the guitar while Kiba and the Owl are fighting each other in the background. It's like so well done. Like this is really good editing. Like this is like one of the best scenes in the last 8 episodes I've seen. And then once both fights end, like the song ends abruptly. It's like, and he's like hand this show. It's like, this is it. I may not have my dream anymore, but I found someone to carry it for me. And he throws his guitar into the pavement.
Yuka's face was priceless, because when he threw it, I was like, wait, what? And just like her face, my reaction as well, because
a poor guitar.
Yeah, goddamn. But
I don't know how Wataru would react to that, because it's like,
well,
he has made how many violins?
It wasn't a violin. I don't know how he would react to a guitar, even though they're not in the same family, but they're somewhat of the same build.
They're both string instruments.
Yeah, but yes. So, is Kaido at peace? We're not sure. We'll see on the next episode. But during that battle as well, so Inoue is fighting the Scarab, which kind of looks like a Viking in a way.
Yeah.
And then the motorcycle shows up.
Autovajin, and he's like getting in the way. It's like, you stupid bike.
Yeah, he pulled out the Gatling gun and just started going. I'm like, do you not? That's the bad guy, not me. Just like starts whipping him around, and then he knocks him over till like he transforms back into the bike. But out of nowhere, apparently Takumi knows to like grab the handle of the bike
to use the Fi's Edge.
The Fi's Edge, which I'm like, did you know that was going to happen? Did you legitimately know? And it's just like, sure, of course I did.
I mean, it happened in Kuga.
I mean, just pull laser sword out of just the handles. And this was a very reminiscent of me from like the Mega Man X series, especially 4, when you fight against Coronel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as he's like using like his laser sword, he shoots like blast waves going up. So it's like, yeah, he winds up just doing that to the Scarab, using his not a lightsaber and finishing him off.
Yeah.
And then from what we already stated with Kaido, the episode ends, and that is where we finish.
All right. So overall thoughts on the episodes.
This was a very heavy episode of like what people want to do with their lives, or what like, you know, what they would do, or what limits they are pushed to reach their goals. So Mari, within a couple days, shaved off like at least a quarter of her time, and now is on her way. Kaido, even though I don't know if he will ever find out who did it, but he is now at peace with what has happened. But what will happen to him? Well, you're gonna have to wait for next week for us to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
As for Kiba and Yuka, Kiba's still a good boy. Yuka is somewhat on the she's on the fence, which is
Mm-hmm.
So again, these episodes, I give them 9s.
Mm-hmm. I would give them 10, 9, 9, 10. Because I do like that first episode, because like Takumi having to deal with the weight of his master dying, but also like we are introduced with like more about like how the Orphanox work, and like first of all, the plethora of instances throughout these 4 episodes where Keitaro and Yuka just keep running into each other.
Oh, he did return her phone, though. She had lost her phone because she was chasing after Kaido. And they did, but it's like, he did the whole, like, again, like, the sneezing thing that is is a cliche in Japanese culture, where it's like,
If someone talks about you,
someone talks about you, or it's your love that you're not aware of. Like if you randomly sneeze when you talk to someone and you randomly sneeze, apparently that's someone important to you or a love in your life. But yeah, and God, what else? Oh, so yeah, we had that also that Kiba tried to see the president, and well, we don't know what he saw. All we saw was a white foreground. We don't know what he saw, but
I love the way
yeah,
he tricked Smart Lady.
yeah, but also the fact that both Inoue and Mari met up with Kiba, not knowing that he was the horse orphanage, and kind of Mari just like saying, "Oh, he's kind of cute," which I'm like, "Honey, you not realize who this is?" I'm like, "Of course you don't," but either one. But yeah, no, it's a very interesting. These were very interesting relationship or dynamics of people in these episodes.
Yeah, I'll be there for you.
I'll be there for you.
You know what's funny is that at Power Morphicon at the Team Kamen Rider panel, I did ask the panelists, there's a which friends character are you quiz out there. So I want to know like which Fi's character are you?
Which Fi's friend are you?
Yeah. Are you a Takumi? Are you a Mari? Are you a Keitaru? Are you a Kiba? Are you a Yuka? Or are you a Kaido?
Oh man!
As long as you're not a Kusaka, we should be good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I see the friends, especially now that they're all living together. It's just like, wait, you do know that there are monsters outside trying to kill you guys, but you're worried about what's for dinner. Okay.
Yep.
All
right. Let's look at the comments. Okay, Nemetrix92 says Kaido's my beloved dork.
He is. God, he is so many things. He is so many things. Like I can't really put a nail on him of what he is or what he's doing. One minute he's manic, the next he's not.
Yeah. Hello guys, how are you? Hello Edward, how you doing?
How you doing, Eddie?
Okay, conventions are insane. This is why I only go to Morphicon. Hey.
Not all of them. I mean, I know Level Up was not bad. I've gone to some out-of-state ones. The whole Southern California thing. Yeah, that's I mean, I went to SAC Anime one year up north. That was not bad. Fanime was not bad. It's just like it's just the Southern California area to me. It's just oversaturated, overblown, and just they don't know what they're doing. Not to mention, not to get too much into it or go on a rant. I have a little bit of a little bit of history with some people who run these conventions now, so they dare not they dare not lock eyes with me or talk to me because they know. It's like, oh, Steven's over there. You mean no, you can say Steven. I have to say sir.
Yeah.
So, but again, enjoy your conventions, love them. That's what we're there for. We're there to have fun and meet people, cosplay. Enjoy. Yeah. That's what it's about. It's not about the likes or the follows or whatever. It's about having fun.
What was your worst con experience?
I cannot say that because we'd be here for another hour. The worst con experience. I want to say, okay, this one's a very fast one. So we had all come back from AX, and we were all chilling in the room. We were like, we'd ordered pizzas. We had our drinks and everything. Everyone was like, okay, everyone chill. How was your con? Everyone was having a good time, except one person we noticed was not in the room. And we're okay. And I said, well, no, they were older than us. Let's say like this was back like 10 years ago. So I was at least 26, 25. And my friend gets a phone call And then she comes back and she's irritated as fuck. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, so and so, the older guy, yeah, he's lost. He's
Quite
lost.
literally lost.
Like literally lost. He's literally lost. I'm like, what do you mean he's literally lost? And she explains to me that he can't see very well with his eyes. He's got like some impaired vision, so he's not really like good with landmarks or remembering things, and also he's kind of special. Is the way we could say it. And so he doesn't know where he is, and he's yelling at her, telling to come and find him.
Reminds me of an episode of Webb and Mitchell, Peep Show, actually.
Yeah. So what wound up happening was we all had to like put the pizza away. We had to go get him, and yeah, turns out he got a ride from police officers back to our hotel because he had written it down. And when we were looking all over the greater like Los Angeles area, he was already there eating the food. So you can just imagine the level of audacity.
So it's like the Quantox from Peep Show.
Yeah.
A little.
I'm pumped. And so that was one of the worst. I got a list of them, but that's for another day. What about you, Mike?
For me, it was the first day of PMC 2018, and I hate that it's PMC specifically because that's my favorite convention.
That was in
the one time it was in Anaheim.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
So I had like ongoing health problems at that time period. I don't want to go too far into it. Like if you know, you know. But so like I was lucky that our friend Miguel let me stay in his hotel room for the weekend because otherwise I would literally not be able to survive even a single day at that convention. But the worst day was literally the first day was literally the worst day because they were trying to do a new registration system and it failed. So they had to manually register everyone on a printed document.
Yes.
So I was waiting in line for 5 hours.
I remember that. Luckily,
3 of which were outside in the sweltering heat in August.
Yes.
And like even without my medical condition, like I have severe hyperthermia. Like heat absorbs into my body faster than it is released from my body. It's like if you're familiar with Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin, imagine that, but without the bandages. But when you have the medical condition on top of that, it's even worse. Even on the best day of the convention that year, and again, like I'm not blaming like Scott or anything, like because it's like because like we love you, Scott. But even on the best of those 3 days, I still had to retreat to the hotel room several times just to like recover. Like re-energize and whatnot. But on that first day was the worst day because like I was in line for 5 hours. I'm just dying.
Yeah. No, that convention locale, while very entertaining and very like no shade, nothing. It was just Jesus.
It's like thankfully Scott brought it back to Pasadena. We never had registration problems ever again. I don't know if the problems was because of this specific system or because we were in Anaheim or like
there was a lot of problems that year. Remember there was a time period that also the AC went out.
But honestly, one of my most favorite memories was from that same day because a certain someone was walking through the crowd in order to get his guest pass, and he walks past me slightly, stops, comes back, he turns to me, he's like, I'm so glad you're actually here.
Who was that?
Nikolai Nikolaev.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is actually a recent photo of the two of us because, as it turns out, we go to the same gym now.
Mm.
Yeah, he's kicking my ass at basketball. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So like yeah, I would say that's both the best and worst day of
Mm.
my convention experience. Edward Gabriel says I just binge watched my favorite episode, Farscape season 2, episode 5.
Mm.
I feel bad for what the pile went through. Okay, well, Farscape is a good show. It has a character named Scorpius.
Yeah.
So I like the what's it called, the Thing episode, you know, where like one of them is an imposter.
I
That
don't
was a
think I
good
ever
one.
saw that one, but I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Farscape was a good show, and of course, our friend Gigi does attend a lot of Scott's events. So I like being able to say that. Yeah, I'm very well acquainted with one of the cast members of Farscape.
Mm.
Yeah, and one of my favorites too. Okay, Kiba has a sweet cinnamon roll. Hope he doesn't break. Don't we all?
Don't we all? You know, we're hoping, but yeah. I mean, he has technically broken, but he
Yeah.
didn't. It was a necessary break, because if we must break, we can pull ourselves together.
Mhm.
Not
And it's
shatter, people. Break. Breaks can be fixed. Shatters cannot.
Yeah, yeah. It hurts to see Mari break, but I feel no qualms about Mio shattering.
Yeah, no, this one was a very Miss Haga really got us in this episode, especially her little moment in the park where she's just like, like, don't give up, Mari. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Yeah. Well, that's it for our comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay
Mhm.
safe, stay hydrated, updating emergency kids, hugging your loved ones. If you enjoy watching, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos, and share our videos because it helps us out with the algorithms. We do Ultraman Rube on Mondays, and we're down to our last 4 episodes before we do the movie. And yes, we'll have everything done just in time for us to do Ultraman Arc when it comes out on Fridays in July 3rd.
That's the new Ultraman, right?
Yes,
The
July 5th. Yeah. With the
Rubik's
Panku box. Yeah, with the Panku box.
God.
Panku box from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh my God. I mean, whatever happened to the beta capsule or any like, all like where most Toko things go from like, like a ring or a cell phone, a belt buckle, a belt. Ultraman just is like, let's make a wrist bracelet, but it's basically Drive's belt and slap it on your wrist, and it's way bigger than it should be.
Yeah.
Or let's take a Panku box, literal, again, proper dimension. That's how big it is.
Yeah.
And just, okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On Wednesdays we do Kamen Rider Gotchard, and Thursdays we do Bakage Sentai Boom Boomger, and Sundays we are doing Kamen Rider 5. So open your eyes for the next 5s, where we're going to be reacquainted with a very infamous character. But you're gonna have to wait till next Sunday for us to get into that character. But until then, also check out our other channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews. We've done the Crow franchise, Shrek movies. We've done Naked Gun. We are going to do a couple of very interesting movies in July. And just recently, we've uploaded vlogs for the 30th anniversary of The Crow, as well as Robo Toy Fest. So be sure to check out those videos, like them, comment on them, share them to your friends. Great stuff we got to see there. And if you want to check out our personal content, here's where you could find Steve.
Yeah, just here at the Sin Prince, I'm just posting random art and things right now. Random stuff of my life. But again, thank you to everyone who has sent comments and messages. You are all amazing. Never forget that there's a community for Tokusatsu. We are all here. You are welcome into the light. So thank you, and hopefully we'll see each other soon. Thank you.
Yeah, and you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/. Oh wait, hold on, that's not me. That's Jared. This is me.
Damn you, Jared.
Instagram, Boken_Kabuto, Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. You heard it here, guys. We're loud, we're proud. It's the end of the month, but we're still here, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Night.